what have I found recently at thrift stores, flea markets, etc. I'm going to show you right now. I've got some records, I've got some CDs and other stuff. So let's start with the CDs. Now this first one goes out to my friends Dead Wax 66 and Ryan Kidd. They're really into Rat Fink and the like. And this is a cool thing I found at a thrift store in Virginia. I was up there seeing Surfboard in DC, and I went thrift shopping, and look at this, Surf Fink. It's Mr. Gasser and the Weirdos, and it's reissues, I believe, of these two hard-to-find records right there, all on CD, and it's great. It's like a kind of a weird ventures, you know. I'm not really schooled on surf music, but I like it, and it's kind of like just a weird ventures. It's like, I could compare it to how you would compare Sesame Street to Electric Company. Like, this is the Electric Company of surf music, if surf music was Sesame Street. You know what I mean? It's like just a little bit weirder, just a little bit left of center. But I love it. And what I noticed when I left the store, there's this price tag on it that says $15. And that is an actual price tag from the thrift store. So I think they were trying to get $15 for this. But on the day that I was there, their CDs were on sale for like 35 cents. So I got this marked down from $15 to 35 cents for some reason. Very good one though, Ryan Kidd. Show your Rat Fink, buddy, that one. Another one I picked up here, UK pressing of Madness, One Step Beyond, their debut album. Great 80s ska band. This is actually put out in '79, but it was kind of part of this late 70s, early 80s wave of British ska. There you go. I love this record, and I didn't have the UK pressing on CD, so I picked it up, and it's going to go in my collection. I don't know why I need it, but I need it. Of course, I have the US pressing and probably 2 or 3 other pressings, but had to have that. And now, next is a CD that I didn't have. I really like Cypress Hill. I've never heard this record, Skull and Bones, and it's a 2 CD set. And what I figured out about it is the Skull CD is actually their, like, you know, rap, standard Cypress Hill rap stuff, which is really good. And then the Bones CD is kind of like their metal rock influenced CD. It's only a few songs, maybe 5 songs on the Bones one. And I gotta tell you, I like the rap one better than the rock one. There's one song on the rock CD I really like, but the other ones come off sounding like, you know, what are those bands that I hated? You know, Limp Bizkit and Linkin Park and that stuff. But great rap CD. The Skull CD is really cool. Great classic sounding Cypress Hill stuff. Love it. Another CD I got, which is really good, Stranglers collection, 1977 to 1982. I don't have a whole lot of Stranglers in my collection, so this was really good. And I listened to it all the way through while I was working the other day, and wow, what a great comp this is. Really good stuff from the Stranglers. Love them. Of course, everybody knows the Stranglers. And cool pickup for my collection. Now, this was my favorite CD that I picked up, and I'd only had a CDR burned copy of this one for years, for, God, the last, I don't know, decade or so. And now I finally have it on real CD. It's Arch Enemy Anthems of Rebellion. Great, great, great death metal here. Members of Carcass involved in this project, and this is the 2-disc set. It's got a DVD and a CD. So now I have the DVD as well as the audio tracks, and man, great addition to my collection. I'm so glad to have this on actual physical media rather than a CDR burned copy. Now, okay, you guys, I almost forgot to show you this, one of the greatest thrift store finds ever. Look at this, The Taste of TG, Throbbing Gristle CD. You never find Throbbing Gristle CDs at thrift stores. This is kind of like a beginner's guide to Throbbing Gristle, I guess, a best of, if you will. But yeah, isn't that cool? I found a Throbbing Gristle CD at a damn thrift store. Let's get into the vinyl. Check this out. I ordered this recently. online. I hardly ever order anything online because I like to find it in stores in the wild. But I did get this, my second favorite band in the world, the Dickies, their 1994 album, Idiot Savant, remastered. And had to pick this up because I really love this album, and I felt like I needed this pressing along with the original pressing in my collection. But I don't know what color vinyl it is yet. I'm going to guess it's black, but I'm going to open it right now, and we'll see what color vinyl it is. I know there's some really cool colored versions out there, but I think I probably got just the black version. Okay, here we go. And what do we got? Oh yeah, just the black version, but I love it. I love this record, and I can't wait to hear what the remastered version sounds like. What else is in here? Oh, here we go. Doctor Strange Records thing in here. That's weird, because I think the Doctor Strange people put out a special pressing, which was like marbled vinyl, but it's weird that it has a... Oh, it's Doctor Strange Records. It's the label it's on. Okay. I know there's a marbled version of this. I figured it was like a Doctor Strange record store version, which I guess it is. But black vinyl version in my collection. Very happy about that. I love me some Dickies. Now, this is something I picked up in DC right before I saw Surfboard play up there last weekend. It's a great power pop band called Electrics, and I've showed this on my channel before, but I only have a sealed copy of it. I used to have an open copy of it. I gave it to a friend of mine named Nikki, and I kept the sealed version, but now I have an opened copy to play myself. This is great power pop / new wave, but more like power pop. If you're familiar with the band The Producers from the 80s, from Atlanta, they sound a lot like The Producers. The album cover looks a lot like the first Producers record. It's a very cool power pop. If you like power pop, pick up the Electrics. Good stuff. Now this one I bought just for the cover. I don't think it's really worth anything to resell, but I got it for the cover. Look at that. Sing Along with Emmett Kelly, the famous clown. He's eating lettuce there. I believe this is categorized as a children's record. Yeah, so there we go. Look at cartoons and stuff on the background, but children's record, children's songs. But man, that cover is great, and to still be in the shrink wrap. I believe this came out in the 1960s. Really cool. Just look into his eyes. Look into his eyes, VC. I see you. So I had to pick that up. I think I got that at a flea market for 50 cents. Here's another weird flea market find. Check this out. Guideposts for busy housewives. Okay? Guideposts for busy housewives. Yes, it's housewives telling you how to be better housewives. And let me just look at some of the tracks on here. This has got to be 1950s, if I'm not mistaken. But Girl Talk, My Family Comes First, The Tyranny of Things, The Prayer of Joy, A Mother's Prayer, The Housewife, A Neat House Can Be Awfully Quiet, Looking Back at Lot's Wife. I don't know who Lot is. Burden or Privilege. Is being a housewife a burden or a privilege? Probably a privilege, according to this record. Pride and Poverty, A Good Wife, The Old Crab. I mean, what the heck? I haven't listened to it yet, but it's got to be some real archaic ideas on the woman's place in the household, right? But had to get that for the weird factor. And this is a record that I love. And I couldn't pass this up because I believe it was a free record somewhere. It was in a free bin. And I picked it up because I love this record, and it's still in the shrink wrap. And I don't know how many people love this, but I love this Christopher Cross record. If I'm in the mood to chill out, or if I'm driving and I really need to relax and calm down and get out of the road rage mode, this Christopher Cross record is awesome. Come on, you got Sailing, you got Ride Like the Wind. I mean, come on. And Never Be the Same with, those, come on, this is a great record. I mean, I love death metal, I love punk rock, I love brutal noise, but I also love this Christopher Cross record. So great pickup for free in the shrink wrap. And now check this out. I only got a couple more things to show you, but I found this at a flea market, not a flea market, a thrift store. And it was one of those thrift stores that's really junky. It's got stuff piled up. And way in the back of this thrift store, there was a little section of records that was all kind of had stuff piled on it. And looked really bad. So I took the stuff that was piled off of it, on it off, and I started looking through, and the records were garbage. But in the records, squeezed in the records, was this package of original Mofi master sleeves. These are just inner sleeves for Mofi records. And I believe all 50 of them are in here. It's really close to it, if not all 50. But yeah, I've never had these before. And I think these packages go for like 25, 30 bucks. But I paid $5 for this pack of many, many, many Mofi sleeves. So I don't even own any Mofis, right? Mobile Fidelity recordings. I mean, I might own one or two, but I'm certainly not aware of it right now off the top of my head. But here I have a bunch of Mofi sleeves, so there's that. Now, this last thing I have to show is really kind of weird and interesting. A friend of mine who I knew in college, he was in a band called Geezer Lake. His name's Eric. And Geezer Lake was like an indie rock alternative band from around here in North Carolina. And my band, Rabid Salesman, played with them a few times. And now he's working at a company called Vinyl Key. And I got in touch with him recently, and he told me about this company, and I said, look, send me a sample of that. I want to talk about it on my YouTube channel because I think the VC, the vinyl community, would be interested in knowing about this. So what this is, Vinyl Key put out this. Here, let me just take it out of the plastic. Now, Vinyl Key, what they do is they take the idea of collectible vinyl and NFTs. You guys know what NFTs are? I barely know what they are. Some kind of newfangled collectible digital limited edition thing, like a collectible that's digital, right? But they've taken the idea of a record and married an NFT with it somehow. Now let me just tell you from my little sheet of notes here what they say. What you're seeing in NFTs these days is purely digital, i.e. art, image files sold on blockchain, etc. These exist purely in a digital space. What Vinyl Key does is take a collectible physical object and something that has been collected for decades and tying it to an NFT, bridging together old school collectability and the next wave of collectability via NFTs. So this is like the next level of collectible vinyl, supposedly. Vinyl Key releases are vinyl records connected to an NFT on the Ethereum blockchain. Each record features a unique visual pattern and is embedded with an NFC tag that can be tapped or scanned by your Android or iOS phone, taking the owner or user to a web page for the unique album and connected NFT, featuring photos of the unique vinyl, the record owner info, providing proof of ownership, proof of rarity, and all that stuff. So I don't really understand how this stuff works, but I'll show you what this looks like. So in here is a little bit about whatever artist's on here, which really isn't important right now. Here's a little catalog that kind of, I guess, explains the whole Vinyl Key idea. And then here is the actual vinyl. And I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to scan or what I have to do. And this is just a sample, so it might not actually be hooked up to any kind of NFT. Because this is just a prototype sample they sent me. But this, I don't know, has anybody seen or heard of these before? Does anybody collect NFTs? It's way over my head. I'm probably too old to understand what's going on with NFTs, but I thought this was pretty cool that he sent me a copy of this. And let's see what happens with this technology, I guess. So here's the code, and I guess I'm going to try to scan this. It's one of those things you have to kind of open up, and it's unique to me, I guess. We'll see what happens when I scan this later. But that's what I found recently. Thanks for watching. Thursdays, 7 p.m. EST are my live streams every week. We'll see you then, or we'll see you before then, or maybe we won't. But may the rock and roll gods bless you as they've blessed me. And we'll see you next time.